Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, my little corner of YouTube here, Simply Scented Life. For those who don't know me, my name is Rachel and I have been doing a sort of small business series here on my channel. Recently, I ordered from 3 different small candle and wax makers, all 3 of which specialize in Halloween type scents, spooky scents. They do have some other things available, but for the most part, their bread and butter is the Halloween spooky sort of thing. And this is the 3rd of the 3 that I'm sharing. So last but certainly not least, today we are going to be talking about South of Sanity candles. Where do I even start with South of Sanity? I have been following Virgil, the owner, and his company page for years. I discovered him over on Instagram, being shared by some of my fellow Halloween loving friends, and just kind of started following along. And now I follow him over here on YouTube, and you might see him commenting on some of my videos here and there. Just the nicest guy, very kind, very supportive, always has been. I really have nothing but good things to say about him, and very well versed in all things Halloween. Not only does he make the coolest spooky scents I have seen so far, but he also just, he buys from all the different companies. He just knows all the things Halloween. So if you like that sort of content, go check out his YouTube channel. I will have that linked in the description of this video. And definitely check out his website and see what he has to offer. We are going to talk about a bunch of things today. The order I did here, this is only wax melts, but he does have candles as well, currently on his website. So we will get into all of that. First, I'll just give you a little bit of background information on these products in general, and then we will get into the specifics of what I ordered. Okay, so I mentioned I only ordered wax melts. That was all that was available at the time. He did launch some candles last week, I believe on the 25th of August. And looking back, I'm kind of glad I stuck with the wax melts because I was able to try several different things. It was really hard to narrow down what I wanted to get. Ultimately, I'm very happy with what I picked. So I'm kind of glad I did it that way. But if you were looking at the wax melts, they come like this in these little clamshell packages, white wax here. And they open up easy peasy, just like this. Break off what you need. It couldn't be more user-friendly. And these are 2.5 ounces of wax, and they were priced at $6.50. So for those interested in like what wax is used, these are a soy and paraffin blend. But just note, if you are interested in his candles, those are 100% paraffin. So I know it's kind of like a buzzword these days, paraffin. It's got a bad rap, but some of you actually really prefer it. So just be aware of that if you're ordering. These are a little bit different wax than the candles. And these, I'm not going to get too far into like any sort of like tips and tricks with wax melting. That's a video for another day. But my strategy here, I will use 1 cube in each of my warmers. And generally when I'm melting, I use 2 different warmers split between my open concept space. So like 1 warmer in my kitchen, 1 in the living room, and both of them are 25-watt electric warmers. There's all different kinds out there. If I feel like I need more throw, sometimes I will throw in a tea light warmer, which does get a little bit hotter, but 1 cube will go in each, and usually that's enough. The biggest mistake I see people making is putting too much wax in their warmers. So just my advice would be start with a cube, see how you do, because if you add too much wax, even though you think you're getting more throw by adding more wax and more oil, you're actually making your wax pool deeper and therefore harder to heat, which inhibits your throw a little bit more versus having a nice shallow pool that gets nice and hot and can throw a little bit better. So, you know, less is more, and you can always add more, but it's hard to take out less and you don't want to waste it. So that's my strategy here with these wax melts. And I ordered 5 different scents, and he threw in a few samples. So we will take a look at all of that here in just a moment. I'm going to show you, he also included this cool little magnet, which I had to remember to go grab off my fridge before filming. My kids were all over this. My son, he's a big jack-o'-lantern fan. He loved this magnet here, stuck it right on the fridge as soon as it came in. But really cool. You've got the website here. And again, you'll find the website information, all of this information that we're talking about here today in the description of this video. But let's check out what came in my order. So I think we'll start with the samples that he included. He included 3 different wax melt samples. So thank you, Virgil, for that. Didn't have to do it. It's funny because 2 of the ones that he sent were 2 that I was eyeing and kind of debating. I tried to go out of my comfort zone a little bit. He gives like a spooky scale rating for his scents because some of them are a little bit on the spookier side. They're not for the faint of heart. And the gourmand scents, everybody here, for the most part, a lot of you guys know I am a gourmand lover. So I try to kind of just shy away from some of the gourmand stuff and focus on something a little bit more spooky this time around, just to really get the full South of Sanity experience. But as gourmand scents go, these are good, and I might have to go back in for one of them. The first one here, Fall Carnival. It's probably going to be hard to see. It's a little ghost shape here, really cute. Just enough to kind of get an idea if it's going to be something you're going to like or not, and I love that. This one I love. This is, I didn't write down the notes. This one is like a popcorn, kettle corn, and funnel cake blend. But I definitely get the funnel cake and the popcorn here. Really nicely blended. I have a few vendors that I really love their funnel cake oil from. This smells like the good oil. There's another oil that's out there that I've smelled that's not as good. This one's really nice, really authentic. Definitely get that popcorn here, but the popcorn also doesn't dominate, which I like. A lot of times popcorn can be overwhelming, but this is good. This one I might have to go back in for on another order. The other sort of gourmand scent that I was debating, but didn't go with was pumpkin spice latte. Let's see if I can get that one out here. This one's a little jack-o'-lantern, really cute also. I'm really picky with coffee scents, but I like this one. Coffee can kind of lean too bitter sometimes, I feel like. It's either too bitter or too sweet. This one's more like Goldilocks, just right. I get the coffee note, but I also get those pumpkin spices in here, a little bit of a creaminess. It's not overwhelmingly sweet, but I like this one. I don't know. I might go for this one, but generally I just don't grab for a lot of coffee scents, but this is a good one if you do like pumpkin spice latte sort of fragrances or coffee scents in general. That's a good one here. One of the ones here that he did throw in is a little bit higher on the spooky scale. I think 8.5 out of 10. This is the Craft, and this is like a little tombstone here. This one's definitely on the spookier end. This one, I think the notes: burning incense, charred cedarwood, dark smoky cloves. This is spooky. I am not the biggest fan of this one, but I'm not a big fan of like those incense type scents. But if you are, I mean, this definitely brings the witchy factor here. Definitely feels like Halloween specific for sure. And it's very, very strong on cold. So I'm getting a little bit of that woodsy note here with the cedarwood as well. But definitely that burning incense. If you like that type of thing, this is the Craft. Definitely check that one out. I think all of the ones that we're going to talk about here today were available in wax melts or in stock in wax melts, I think, the last I checked. That can always change. 2 of the scents here are also available in candle form, and one is sold out. So we'll go through all of them as we go through them, but I think these were all available the last I looked. So those were the 3 samples, and now we will dive into the ones that I ended up picking. So we'll start with the one I was holding up before. That is Black Pumpkin. Really neat label. And this one has a spooky scale of 5.5 out of 10. So kind of like middle of the road. The notes read black licorice, pumpkin, anise, clove, and vanilla. And one thing I will mention is that even though I jotted down the notes, if you go on the website, he's got these really cool sort of story descriptions where it kind of just sets the mood, sets the tone for the scent, talks a little bit about what he was going for, what inspired it. So definitely worth reading through those on the website to give you a better idea of what to expect. But for today's purposes, because I'm so old school and I just use a little notebook here, I didn't jot them all down, but worth mentioning. But for the scent, I picked this up because I'm a big fan of Kringle's Halloween candle, which is sort of a black licorice, anise, fennel blend mixed with pumpkin and spice. And this sounded somewhat similar on paper. And I would say definitely in that same sort of family, but this is a little different and I do still really like it. On cold, I definitely get that black licorice note kind of up front and first. It almost feels a little bit black jelly bean like, the way it mixes with the anise. And like, if you're new to wax melts, you get a good scent on the top here, but if you pop these out a little bit, you get a lot more once you pop it out. And back on the other side here, I get more of the pumpkin and creaminess here, that a little bit of that clove spice. This is really good. I never considered myself a big licorice fan in the past, but that Halloween candle really kind of like opened my eyes. I said, oh, maybe I actually do enjoy it. And this is pretty authentic. This is really good and really strong on cold. So I am looking forward to this one, but definitely smells as I would expect, which is awesome. And again, that is black pumpkin, really nice scent. And then next we have, I think it's called Samhain. Another cool label here with the pumpkin and then the burning kind of background. For this one, we have a spooky scale rating, again, of 5.5 out of 10. So also kind of middle of the road. And the notes here are fresh picked apples, patchouli, orange peel, clove, and a touch of smoke. So for this one, I really like this. This is good. I definitely get the apple. It's like a fresh apple, almost like a Mac apple. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly tart. It's just kind of somewhere in the middle. I get that touch of smoke for sure, but it's not overwhelming the scent. It's just kind of to the background. There's an earthy quality about it with that patchouli in there. There's a little bit of a freshness to it. This is very like outdoorsy apple. It's not like your basic apple spice at all. But this is like really, this is nice. This is like a fall day. I love this. This reminds me a little bit of Kringle's old version of Trick or Treat, not the Trick or Treat that came out this year with the chocolate, the old one. That is like sort of an apple atmospheric kind of like spooky outdoorsy scent. If you like that one, this has some like sort of familiarity to that. I also feel like even this year's Zombie Horde from Kringle, like if you like those types of apple with a spookiness, this is really good. I like this one. I'm probably going to melt this afternoon, I think. We have kind of like a nice day here, and this kind of really feels like this is going to fit the bill. But, oh, yeah, I like this one. That smoky note is really, really nice. Like, it's just kind of just right. But this is a good one. Again, this is Samhain. And, yeah, this one I think is going to be my afternoon melt today. All right, moving on. All right, you ready for this one, guys? This one, Halloween Bonfire. Okay, this one's not for the faint of heart. This is a spooky scale rating, 9.5 out of 10. And I ordered this one because in one of Virgil's videos, I think it was a Goose Creek video, he talked about how Goose Creek came out with a candle called Halloween Bonfire, and how he had one that was going to be better. And oh man, this is got to be the most realistic smoky fire sort of candle fragrance that I've ever smelled. I mean, this is the real deal. If you are looking for something that is like true, authentically fire pit, smoky, this will hit you in the face when you open this clamshell. And I love it. It's so good. The notes here, bonfire smoke, charred cedar wood, and warm leather. Oh, it's just so realistic. I don't even know what else to say. The smoky tone here is almost like if you were sitting around a bonfire all night, and maybe some of you know, like that smell just gets on you, like it's in your hair and everything. This is like what my hair smells like after a night of sitting around a fire pit. Like it's just so realistic. The woods here, it's got a little bit of a little bit of a quality to it. I want to word this right. Almost like savory in a way, not like bacon or meat, but somewhere in that sort of vicinity where there's like that tone to it, where you definitely get that like woodsy tone to it that has that almost like somewhat savory quality into that sort of like smoked meat realm. But it's not gross. It's not as gross as I'm making it sound right now. But yeah, and then like I don't get a ton of leather, which maybe that will come out on warming, but it's just so authentic. Really, really good. If you're looking for a fire type scent. This was available briefly in a candle. This was in a 3-wick candle. I think it was 14 ounces and maybe $30, somewhere in that ballpark. But it sold out pretty quickly, I believe. And I noticed on the website, he did say he was restocking the candle on September 4th. So if you're looking for a really good smoky, realistic scent, you might want to check that website on September 4th. I don't know what time. I didn't see a time, but the wax melt I do believe was still available. This is going to be like a nighttime. Like this has to be a nighttime scent. But this is, I can't stop smelling it, and it's just so realistic. It's crazy. But that is Halloween Bonfire. Definitely not for the faint of heart. You have to like smoke to enjoy this one, I think. We will see how this does. And I have a feeling this one's going to be pretty strong. All right, the next one here, another one of my favorites from this order, Halloween Night. Very nice label. This one is a spooky scale of 7.5 out of 10. So a little less intense than Halloween Bonfire, but this is still pretty edgy. This is nice. And it's very unique, very conceptual, very sort of like an atmosphere type scent. I mean, I think you can kind of guess this is kind of based on what you might smell on Halloween night being outside. And the notes here: damp woods, pumpkin, cold autumn air, clove, patchouli, and dry leaves. The thing that hits me first with this one is that cold autumn air. Like there is definitely a coolness about this. It definitely feels outside. Definitely feels like a cold night. This is not like your cold day. This is not like your brisk morning type of thing. This is like a night scent with that dampness. I get that damp quality kind of like right behind that coolness with those earthy leaves in there, a little bit of that spice from the clove. Not a whole lot of pumpkin. Like this isn't like your like sort of classic kind of pumpkin-y scent. Like I don't know if that will come out a little bit more burning, but there's something almost fresh about it. It's not like a sweet or gourmand pumpkin in any way. This is like jack-o'-lanterns and things like that with that little bit of I don't know. I don't know if it's the patchouli or what, but there's something here. It's not like a smoky scent, but there's something that is like kind of like maybe you've blown out the candle in the jack-o'-lantern and just a little bit of that like smoke is lingering in the air. But just really, really unique. I have absolutely nothing that I can compare this to. Like this is in its own lane. So if you're looking for something that's kind of off the beaten path, this is a good one to try. I don't see any like sort of mainstream companies doing scents like this. Like this probably doesn't have huge mass appeal, so maybe that's why, but it is really good. If you like those like dark, spooky scents, this is nice. I like this one. So this one, I'm probably going to have to try it out sooner, but I think the most of this will kind of be in like October when it gets really kind of cool out. I can also see using this in November, but like Halloween night, this is a good one. This is kind of what I love the most about trying these little smaller businesses. There's so much creativity out there, and like this is, you're not going to find this in like the big box stores. So great job with this one, Virgil. That's Halloween night. And last but not least, I don't even know if I could really pick a favorite here because I like them all for very different reasons. But this one might be my favorite. I don't know. This is Pumpkin Fire. Oh, this label. I know I've said here before, I love green. So you got that green like mist coming out of this pumpkin. Like, oh, this label just does it for me. I love this label. So cool. Pumpkin Fire. This has a spooky scale rating of 6.7 out of 10. And the notes read pumpkin, smoky sweet wood, and oud. This one, oh, I love the label, but this is like my type of scent too. So it's kind of like the perfect package. This is a nice, another sort of unique pumpkin type scent, but it's not like your traditional pumpkin. It's not like your pumpkin pie spice, but there is something slightly sweet about it. Part of that does come from the wood. There's like this sort of sweet resinous kind of wood quality in there. That oud kind of coming through, definitely a little bit more as I kind of pull this out, but yeah, like that smoky sort of sweet resinous wood. The smokiness is subdued. This is nothing like the smokiness that was in Halloween Bonfire. This is like a more mellow, like kind of like the way smoke is, it kind of dissipates up into the air. So maybe there's like a little bit of a fire off in the distance. It's not like a hit you in the face smoke. It's more like an airy smoke. But it's a very nice pumpkin note in there as well, giving it just that like slightly traditional appeal with the pumpkin and the spice. I like this one. This is so good. If I were to go back in for a candle, it would probably be this one. This was available at a candle as well. I think Halloween night was available in a candle. The others were not here. I was supposed to mention that as I went through this and I forgot until just now. But I like this. So if you're looking for something that's like a little bit more tame, but just like a little bit edgy, this is a good one. This is a nice sort of smoky pumpkin scent with definitely with a little bit of that woods in there, but I like this one. But yeah, the label, it does it for me. So that is Pumpkin Fire. And honestly, guys, I mean, like I said, it's hard to really pick a favorite. Everything I really am happy with, and I will have to be going back in at some point. There's so many other scents on the website that were intriguing to me, but we'll see how these do in my home, and I'm really looking forward to getting into these. So I hope you guys liked that. That was the last of the 3 small businesses I had to kind of work on here for my Halloween fall theme. And if you want to see some more small businesses in the future, I'm definitely open to it. I have several that are on my radar, but if you have some that you know of that you would like to see, or that you've tried and had a good experience with, please feel free to leave suggestions in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions. And I think that's about it for today. As for what's coming up on my channel, I think I have some empties to kind of go through. We'll see how the week goes. I have some stuff I have to get done this week, but I do want to try to squeeze in one more video, probably something in the empties family. And then looking ahead, I do have 3 of the Kringle Fall Reserves on pre-order that I'll be kind of sharing some impressions of. And I think that's about it for today. But thank you again to Virgil for creating such awesome scents, for always being so kind to me here. And I'm really looking forward to melting these. So I hope you guys enjoyed my take on my first impressions of South of Sanity candles. Please go check out Virgil, either on his website, go do a little shopping, treat yourself. It's September. We made it to September, the best of the months. I feel like I'm a September baby. We're in the burr months. We're in the fall season. Like, I'm pretty happy right now. So, you know, go take that energy, do a little shopping, and, you know, check out his YouTube channel as well. Great resource for all things Halloween. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. We're kind of just getting started over here, picking up the pace with some content, but I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.